the All-Star fan vote came in last night. So we finally got those extra selections added to each roster. You had Ilya Sorokin, Artemi Panarin, Adam Fox in the Metro, Andrei Vasilevsky, David Pastrnak, Austin Matthews in the Atlantic, Connor Hellebuck, Mikko Rantanen, Nathan McKinnon in the Central, Stuart Skinner, Leon Draisaitl, Bo Horvat in the Pacific. So now we know these full rosters. We can have the real snub discussion, okay? So I want to know, who is your number one snub, or it could be a couple. Who are you looking at that got the shaft this time?
Well, I'm going to go with Tim Stützle out of Ottawa, a guy that when you look at that 2020 draft and you look at all the talent there was, and a lot of people had him to be the top prospect, and right now he's playing like the best player from that draft, and he's going out there, he's going to be on pace for 82 points this season. That's well, maybe even more. I think this is a guy that should be there. At the same time, I'm also looking at Rasmus Dahlin as another guy who, like, to me, is one of the best defensemen in the league this year. Very good for me in fantasy. Two guys that probably should be in this game. But I will say before you give your picks, why do the fans care so much? People got really upset about it. And I get, like, if you're like a Habs fan or you're a Sens fan and you're tweeting about who you won the All-Star game, you're probably not seeing other teams' picks on Twitter because you're following your own fan base. So I say you don't have to care too much. But that being said, if I were putting two guys in there, Stützle and Rasmus Dahlin have been good enough that they should be there. But again, when you have these small divisional teams, you miss out on a lot of quality talent. William Nylander is the top scorer in the Leafs. He's not there. So it just happens that way.
Yeah, very well said. I especially agree with the Darlene logic. I want to look at Jake Ottinger in the Central, but he's not my official pick because he just got a tough draw. It's the same division as Connor Hellebuck and UC Saros. So no matter what, an elite goaltender doesn't make it. He's been fantastic. He's taking over as that horse. I don't think he's even out of the Vezina discussion. He could still rally and win it and not even go into the All-Star game. But my main pick for this one is Kyle Connor of the Winnipeg Jets. I think he's been one of the most underrated scorers in the league for several seasons now, and he always had that pedigree first-round pick. I'll never forget a scout told one of my buddies where I used to work, he had jersey flapping speed. It stuck with me, and he really does have that game, that mad dash rush ability, goal-scoring ability. He's got 55 points in 46 games, 98-point pace,